Greetings, dear viewers. Welcome. Today's poem is Reshevsky, Janowski, and First Win. This is a poem about the first ever win by Samuel Reshevsky against a Grandmaster, and Reshevsky was aged just 11 at this time. The tournament was the London tournament, which was held in 1922, and very good players were there. Amongst them were Janowski, Lasker, and so on. And this young boy was pitted against such an elite group. And all of them were wondering how Reshevsky would play. Of course, he did not win the tournament, nor did he have a very good result. But out of all these particular games that he played against Janowski, he played a very good game, and in fact he won the match. And this was the first win of Reshevsky over a Grandmaster. Now, the game also has some drama around it, which I want to just tell you very briefly, and it is exactly these things that makes the game interesting. Lasker had already given some insights into Reshevsky to Janowski, and Janowski is playing the game against Reshevsky now, against the young boy, is 11 years old, and he makes around 11 to 12 moves, and then his position is very good. He comes to Lasker and he says, "You told that the boy is very good at chess. What nonsense did you tell me? Look at his position. It is not good, and soon he's going to be paralyzed. All his pieces are going to be paralyzed, and I'm going to win it quite easily." He comes to Lasker and says, and Lasker gives a warning. He says that don't take it lightly. Nevertheless, he is a very good player, and exactly that. After some moves, even though Reshevsky's position obviously is not very good, Janowski was dominating it right from the opening. Reshevsky goes on to find precise defense, and he wins this particular encounter against a world championship contender. Janowski was never a world champion, but he was the world championship contender. And Reshevsky so happy about the game. He says that while he's traveling back to his home in a taxi, he could not even sit in the taxi. He's jumping up and down. He wants to tell to his parents about the game, and he says that it is the most happiest day of his life. So this is a game also indicating that sometimes it is very important not to take any opponents lightly, and not saying that Janowski took young Reshevsky for granted, but nevertheless, this is a great lesson. And there is another interesting thing. Even though Janowski had told this particular kind of a remark, saying that what is this, the boy, his pieces are going to be paralyzed, the position will be lost soon. During the adjournment, a game adjourns at a very precise moment, which I'm going to show. At that time, Janowski again comes to Lasker and says, what you're saying is right. This boy is very resourceful, and he also admits that there is a chance that he might lose the game. I'm going to take you through 3 key moments before we step into the poem so that you understand about this particular game. The first key moment is this particular moment, wherein you can see that the white rooks are well placed on g2, g1. The pawn center is fantastic. The knight is also in a very good position to maybe jump to g5 with some kind of a fork. Even though the pawn is there on h6, there can be some tactics available. So it is in this position one can see that white is clearly better. But Reshevsky finds a very good move, knight from h8 to g6, and this is a very precise defense. And lastly, I want to show about the adjourn position. As I told, during the adjourn position, there was a 2 hours gap for dinner, and Janowski goes to Lasker and says, I admit, what you told is right. The boy is incredible, and this is the adjourn position where the rook has just come to h3, now rook into h3, and white has to play the move. Here, exactly at this particular position, Janowski makes an error. He takes king into h3, but the good move and the precise move in this position is queen into h3. Okay, enough with the game. I'm going to give you the link to the game in case you are interested to check it out. You can feel free to do that. So let us step into the poem about what happened when Samuel Reshevsky played against Janowski and how was his first win over a Grandmaster. The young Reshevsky was facing a very stern test. He was to battle the best, which involved great strain on the lad, yet he was eager and glad. Janowski, the former contender to the throne, was pitted against the prodigy. Hoping not to encounter a tragedy, he played energetically, and soon his position had improved greatly. He remarked to Lasker about his position and exclaimed that the boy of ambition was about to encounter defeat rather than pulling a feat. The game soon took a different turn. The prodigy's determination was stern. He came up with precise defense against Janowski's offence, and with this, the first ever win over Grandmaster became a staple for many posters. I hope you like the poem. As usual, the full poem is in the description, and as I've already mentioned, I'm going to be giving you the link to the game in case you are interested. Check it out. Thanks for your time.